What is up, everyone? How's everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MCG. And today we are going to battle it out with some Double Masters 2022. We're going to do a draft box battle. Many of you who watch this channel know what a huge fan of this set I am. I think, and this might be a little bit of a hot take, that there's a legitimate case that this might actually have surpassed OG Double Masters as being the more, the more complete, the more valuable. I don't say the better set, but the value is certainly there. So anyways, how this thing is going to work, we have 4 participants. We're going to open this thing up. Each one of us is going to get 6 packs. We're going to open those packs in rounds of 3, adding up the mana values for all the rares and all the mythics. And at the end of this thing, the person with the highest total mana value and the person with the lowest total mana value amongst rares and mythics are each going to get 1 Aether Drift collector pack to go along with their other spoils. In the event of a tie, we will take the highest mana value mythic as the first tiebreaker, the highest mana value rare as the second tiebreaker, and if we need a third tiebreaker, we will have a jousting contest. Or we'll simply go down the line with the highest mana value rare until there's a tie no more. One of those two things will happen. Double Masters 2022 strikes again. So, Verena got hot as a rare. So it does have Dockside, right? And Dockside's still on the commander ban list, possibly, eternally. So it takes a little bit of a hit there. But since then, Verena got hot. Verena shot up in value as a rare. That's in this set. Recently, now Gifts Ungiven becomes unbanned commander. And guess what else is in that set? In this set? Yeah, you guessed it. Gifts Ungiven. A lot of really good mythics in this set. It is a big set, so there's some duds in there as well, as kind of to be expected. But the rares in this set are exceedingly strong. Okay, let's dole out some packs here. So we have 6 for Red Leader, 6 for Daniel B. We got 6 for Ezra the Wizard. And last but not least, someone who might like this set almost as much as me. Almost J&V. 6 for J&V. All right, we're going to go 3, 2, 1. So we'll go 3, then 2, and then 1 by round. Red Leader, start us off. All right, pretty good uncommons in this set as well. There's definitely some difference makers, some playables, some nice borderless stuff in here. Should be about 3 to 5 borderless, rare, or mythics per box. Here we go. I don't know why I paused there, like I didn't know it was a Cryptic Command as the second card in this pack. Don't worry, I've only opened like 40 boxes of this. All right, here we go. First Mythic, oh no. It is a Mythic, technically. It is Carador the Ghost Chieftain. It is 8 mana value. That is definitely one of the womp womps of the set, unfortunately. Next up is Legion's Initiative. And that will do it for the first pack. I think Carador has since been, it got downshifted in Commander Masters, right? It's down to, I think, just rare level. It's a solid, commander, but doesn't really hold value anymore. All right, Red Leader. Should be around 7 mythics per box, so we certainly have a few shots left, right? All right. Capture Sphere. Next is, hey, speak of, Gifts Ungiven. It's like, what, still like a 10 spot? 4 mana value. Solid rare, Shattergang Bros. Ooh, borderless Chancery. Probably a couple bucks there. Seeker of the Way in the borderless. All right, third pack. Foil rare Thraxamundar. That's a 7 mana value. That's going to be helpful. Followed by Surreal Memoir. We have a Mythic, and it's a pretty good one. There you go. Nice. Food Chain. I think Food Chain is still hovering around 20. That is a pretty good Mythic. That's a little bit better, right? And a Villainous Wealth after that. Top level Mythics. Imperial Seal. Mana Vault. Those are up there. You still have the Spaghetti Monsters. Kozilek, Ulamog. All right, here we go. 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 18, 25, 29, 31. Let me run that back here. Let's do the 6 plus 7, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, 23 plus 8, 31. Yeah. Solid start there, Red Leader, with the food chain, the gifts, and the Thraxamunder foil helping your high mana value. Daniel B. Rares are bangers, though. So we have Force of Negation, you have Teferi's Protection, you have Phyrexian Alto. Those are all like 40 plus. You have Green Sun Zenith, you have Smothering Tithe is almost 40. Damnation, Gloom Tinder, over 20 again. All right, here we go. Divining Top. Prophetic Bolt. Into Deadly Recluse. First rare is Ashen Rider. Woo! Nice reanimation target. That is an 8 for mana value. Followed by a Darksteel Plate. Not a bad rare there. That is a 3. Devoted Druid, Heroic Reinforcements, good old Mold Drifter. All right. That'll do it for our first pack. Darksteel Plate, pretty strong rare as well. Here we go. Into pack number 2 for Daniel B. Mist Meadow Witch. Experiment 1. Mythic is Warrior's Oath. Kind of not really one of those mythic. I mean, it's not nothing, but not one of the higher value mythics. Really funny, though, because prior to the reprint, I think it was like Portals 3 Kingdom only or something. It was like $150 or something crazy. All right, Lavalanche. Hey, Shadowborn Apostle. So $1 common. Sure, almost $2. All right, third pack for Daniel B. Titan Strength. Doomed Traveler. Rare is Grim Flare, sure. Followed by, oh, hey, there you go. There's a nice hit. That is Green Sun's Zenith. Vampire Rights, yeah. I think Green Sun is still like 30 to 35, like call it like 32. Pretty good. All right. So we have ourselves 1, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus 8, 19, right? So 4, 8, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. All right, Ezra the Wizard. 3 for you, Ezra. I don't think we've seen any borderless rares or mythics yet, so again, there should be about 3 to 5 per box. Dream Shaper Shaman, Aven Initiate. Rare is Elsha of the Infinite. That is a 5 for mana value. Followed by a Yeheni, Undying Partisan. I think Yeheni also got downshifted in Commander Master. I think it's an uncommon now. Solid card, though. Next pack. Unearth. Very solid common. Hyena Umbra. Mythic is Aurelia. All right. Aurelia's not bad. That's solid, and a 6 for mana value. I do like Aurelia. Followed by a Twin Flame. Twin Flame, not a nothing burger also. Cold Steel Heart, pretty good. Another Shadowborn Apostle. And that will do it for pack number 2. All right, here we go. Ooh, foil borderless Burning Tree Emissary. Sweet. Disfigure. Rare is Alesha, who smiles at death. That is a 3. Followed by a Judith the Scourge Diva. I think Judith also downgraded, right? Uncommon. All right, let me sleeve up Aurelia. And what do we got going on here for mana value? So we have ourselves a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 22, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 16, plus 6, 22. All right, Jane B. Here we go. Borderless foil Kasali Pride Mage. It's kind of neat. Eel Umbra. Rare is Bring to Light. That is a 5. Followed by a Comball Console of Allocation. Comball is actually worth a few bucks as well. Nice little blood artist there. Pretty good. All right, that will do it for pack numero uno for Jane V. Pack number 2. Ooh, hey, there we go. So it's it is a borderless foil blood forged battle axe. Not like crazy value, but excuse me, good card. Really nice art. All right, that is also a 1 for mana value. Followed by a privileged position. Privileged position's a few bucks. That is a 5 mana value. And a mythic Nicol Bolas God Pharaoh. Do love me some Nicol Bolas. That is a 7 for mana value. It is another mythic. Bolas isn't the most valuable mythic, but it's not bad. I think we still have one more pack for J&B. We does. All right, here we go. We're gonna need to see some more juice out of the mythic slot, though. We've hit a lot of the lower tier stuff. Here we go. Mole Drifter, Civic Saber. Rare is a borderless Supreme Verdict, so now we have 2 borderless cards out of this box. And followed by a Boar Tusk Liege, which is also a 4. And that will do it there. All right, so what do we got going on for mana value here for J&B? So 7, 8, 13, 16, 21, 25, 29. Let me run that back. 4 plus 4, that's 8. 13, 16, plus 5, 21, 22, plus 7, 29. So, after the first round here, red leader in the high with a 31. Daniel B in the low with a 19. Right, only just behind is Ezra, or just above, I should say. Ezra with a 22 and J&V with a 29. We go into round 2. 2 packs this round. Good luck, everybody. Red leader, we're back to you. All right, Jess Sky Charm, sure. Oh, foil Shadowborn Apostle, neat. Rare is Oracle of Moldiah. That's not bad. That's a 4 for mana value as well. Solid. Mathis Fiend Seeker. That is a 3. Nice little Rancor. And that will do it there. Sure. I'd like to see some more of those good rares we talked about. Seen one with the Zenith, but more, please. Borderless Foil Boros Garrison. That's a couple of bucks. Fiery Fall. Rare is Glimpse the Unthinkable in the Borderless treatment. That is a 2 for mana value. Do love me some Glimpse. And a Mythic. Oh, there we go. Hey, there's a solid Mythic. Very, very nice. Cavern of Souls. Not going to help you in your pursuit of the high, but that is a really good hit still. Gosh, almost forgot that Cavern was in this set. So, so good. A little Borderless Burning Tree. Yeah. All right. So, however, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Brings your total up to a 40. Opens the door just a little bit for everyone else, though. Here we go. Daniel B, back to you. 4-2. Daniel, you were in the low coming into this particular round at a 19. All right, foil Selesnya Sanctuary. Emissary. Rare is, hey, Borderless Panharmonicon. Sweet. That's not bad. Nice Borderless Panharmonicon. That's kind of cool. All right, that is a 4. Followed by Everina the Lich Queen. Still holding some decent value as well. That is also a 4. Your second pack. Meh. Mana Leak, Ingenious Scab. Rare is Aether Vial. All right. Aether Vial's all right. That is a 1 for mana value. It actually helps you in your pursuit of the low, and it's a solid rare. And a Revel Arc beyond that, which is a 5 for mana value. Bounty, Body Double, Path to Exile, Borderless Spell Pierce, and a Borderless Coiling Oracle back there. So what do we got going on here? 5, 6, 10, 14. Let me run that back. 4, 8, 9, 14 it is. All right, Daniel, that's going to put you at a 33 for the moment. A couple decent hits in there. Ezra, back to you. We're getting close to the end of our Mythic run. I think we're at like 5 or 6 already. Might have a couple more in here. Lots of action still in the rares. A second foil rare. Technically, we had the Blood Forge, so it's our third foil rare technically, but that is Hostage Taker, which is a 4 for mana value. Militia Bugler. Rare is Dauntless Escort. And a Rurik Thar the Unbowed, which is a 6 for mana value. Next pack. God's Willing. Rare is Disciple of the Ring, sure. Next up, Perfius Great Worm. You were kind of pushing for the low, and now I think you're kind of pushing for the high. E-Witness, nice. Okay. Yeah, I think this changes things. That is 10, 15, 21, 24, 28. Is it 4, 5, 6, 7? 7 plus 6, 13. 18, 28. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that'll do some work. That actually vaults you into the high, Ezra, with a 50. A 50. Holy moly. Okay, J&V. Centaur Battlemaster. Last Breath. Rare is Balefire Liege. No more lieges, please. That's 5 for mana value, followed by a Pull from Tomorrow, just a 2. Psychic Symbiote. Traveler's Amulet. Mythic. Dockside Extortionist. You know what? Despite the Banhammer, still a pretty valuable card because there's a ton of people that just don't care about the brackets or whatever, and then it still sees a ton of play. So that, I mean, gosh, can you imagine this hit prior? But Dockside is still actually a very good hit. Very nice. That is a 2, followed by a Magister Sphinx. That is a 7. Borderless Unearth. Very nice. I will sleeve up the Dockside. Like, I think Dockside is still between 30 and 40. Not a pushover. Here we go. Sure. What do we got going on here? I don't know how to do this. 2, 4, plus 5, 9, plus 7, 16. 7, plus 5, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 it is. $45. That will put you at a 45. 2, 4, 9, 7, 16. Yeah. So heading into our last round here, we do actually have a pretty tight battle for the high. Red leader with a 40. Daniel B in the low with a 33. Ezra all the way up in the top now with a 50. Jane B with a 45. Last round, everybody. Good luck. We've actually hit a couple of good mythics now, right? So that's good. We haven't seen some of the rares that I would like to see. Like Green Sun Zenith is great, but there is plenty of action still from the rares. So wouldn't mind seeing 1 or 2 more big hits from the rare slot. Here we go. Pontiff. Ambuscade. It's another mythic. Season Pyro. Okay, all right. That is not a throwaway mythic. Excuse me. That is a 3 for mana value. And not terrible. Not bad at all. Phyrexian Tyranny. That is a 3 as well. Is that 3 mythics for you, Red Leader, to go along with your Cavern? So it gives you a 6 mana value, which puts you at a 46, which will automatically, that will not be good enough for the high, and you will need some help for the low now. Daniel B, you are in the low with a 33. The next lowest technically is J&V, who is also yet to open their pack with a 45, and then Red Leader with a 46. I feel like an Eldrazi would be like bittersweet here. Rare is Fiery Justice, not the type of impact rare I was asking for. And an Intet the Dreamer, which is a 6. Spider spawning. Nice. Borderless Selesnya Sanctuary. Okay, so that is 6, 7, 8, 9. Which puts you at a 42 and locks you into the low. Locks you into the low. Not bad. All right, Ezra, you have a 50. You are currently above J and V by 5. Question is, how will you pad your lead? Stormfleet Pyromancer, Martial Glory. Rare is, oh, there we go. Hey, there's one of those impact rares. Very nice. And a borderless to boot. That is a borderless Damnation. Damnation. That is a 4 mana value and a nice hit. Followed by another Mythic. This box did yield a bunch of Mythics, huh? That is Dragonlord Dramoka, which is also not a throwaway. And both of those cards doing some work for you in terms of mana value. Borderless Flicker Wisp. Yeah, we're going to sleep with both of these real quick. So that is a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That brings you to a 60 and pretty good on the way out as well. All right, J&V. You need a 16 to surpass Ezra. 15 forces a tie. But I know that Ezra has a couple of 6 drops at tiebreakers. So let's see how this goes. 16 outright win. Cannot take the low. The low is already settled. Rare is Supreme Verdict. That is a 4 for mana value. Followed by a Wilt Leaf Liege. That is also a 4. And that will do it. That is an 8. Puts you at a 53, which will not be enough today. And so, final results here. We have Red Leader with a 46. Daniel B in the low with a 42. Ezra in the high with a 60. Excuse me. Double Master 2022 box was okay. This is one of those examples, unfortunately a rare example with Double Master 22, but an example nonetheless, where it's like pre-ban, like pulling that dockside and having it being like $8 or $9 is like the difference between this being like a really great box versus like an average box. The rare, actually the Mythics ended up showing up pretty big. Where we kind of missed was with the rares, like leaving, again, Force of Negation, Teferi's Protection, Phyrexian Altar, Smothering Tithe, Sensei's Divining Top, like all of those like really outstanding rares that are like 40, 50 bucks, and not seeing any of those hurt a little bit. The Zenith was good. The Damnation helps. But this is one of the ones actually kind of carried by by the Mythics. All right, but on to the prizes. Daniel B, you have the low, you have the honors. Let's see how you can add to your spoils with some Aether Drift. And there are some hits in Aether Drift. I know it's not the most popular set. I get that. But it is not without value. Hey, that is an extended art foil Mu Yanling Wind Rider. Followed by a Carador Heart of Alakria. A Draconautics Engineer in that Rat Rod treatment. Another Mythic. Commander Mythic is Hashatan Scarab's Fist. And a Winter Cursed Rider. We, of course, have Stock Up to check for because Stock Up is like the 3rd most valuable card in the set as an uncommon. Not one in this pack, though. All right, Ezra. A Mendicant Core Guidelight, that is a borderless foil. Into another Winter, this time in the borderless treatment, sure. Gastral Thrill Roller. Commander is Pima Trailblazer, sure. And a Curse Cloth Wrappings. Let's check for stock up. And no stock up this time. All right. Well, that is going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me. Hit the like button for me. And by all means, drop me some comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much, everybody. And be well.